what a start. Inside out and upside down. No stress, I'ma clean up this mess.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Leigh here. Can you believe January's just about over and we're already up to week 5 in the Margarete Miller Collage Weekly Planner Challenge. I'm really enjoying this challenge. It's just been so wonderful to see all the other people's work and to meet new friends and explore new possibilities. And our prompts for this week are something maroon. And I've got a dragonfly, some pieces of crocheted dress fabric, and a Queenslander. The Queensland State of Origin team in the National Rugby League competition here in Australia are the maroons. A repeating pattern found in nature. I've got an image of some pine cones and I've got some stencils that I'm going to use in my background. So the first one is this leaf pattern. Then I've got a protea, 2 proteas. And then of course we've got honeycomb. And the next prompt is an eating or cooking utensil, such as a spoon. Well, it's really lightweight, like balsa or something like a tongue depressor. Something that would be hung on a wall. So I have this boho decorated mirror, a doodle, and I'm going to use my Staedtler Lumicolor pencil and this Uniball fine point pen to put some doodles on my page. The bonus is typewriter text, but I'm not going to use the bonus this time. I've got my 9 by 12 inch watercolor pad here. It's 200 GSM, so I need to prepare that surface to take all the bits and pieces that are going on there, just to strengthen the paper a bit too. And I've given it a very light coat of gesso, and what I've done is left about on the right hand side, left a section probably about 4 inches, maybe 3 wide, so that can be a journaling spot. I've got my watercolor, little strips of watercolor paints, and I've got some browns and greens and reds. And I'm wearing a glove because the last time I did this method with the sponge, I couldn't get the paint off my fingers for days. I'm using my spray bottle to wet the watercolor paints. The sponge I've dampened as well, and I'm just going to dab on some colors. I've just been watching Julie's latest instalment for her Lotta journal. That book is just coming along beautifully. It's so lovely. She really has a knack for combining the right colours and tones together. I'll leave a link for that video in my description box, so pop over and have a look at it. I want this background a little bit blurry, so I've just sprayed some water on the paint and I'm using a paper towel to blot it off, and then I decide to wipe it like this, and I think, well, I like the way that looks. That's nice and blurry. Now I want to put some stencils on this now, so I'm using yellow ochre and the sponge and this leaf stencil. So I'll put some of that into the background, And then up a bit higher on the page, I'll put some blue stenciling on. I'm having to do this as a voiceover because, well, I bought myself a brand new microphone, a U-Butte one, and I forgot to turn it on before I start recording what I was doing. So the first 20 odd minutes is going to be voiceover, so bear with me. I've got to try and remember what I was doing. So here I am putting the blue in there now. And I just wanted that to be quite light, not fairly faded looking in the background. I've picked up the honeycomb stencil and I'm going to put some white gesso through that. I'll use a brush to do that part. I don't reload the brush, I just use the gesso that's still in it because I want this to be quite subdued. Each layer's getting a little bit lighter. I do pick up some of the extra gesso there where I went up into that wet area, but not enough to make too much difference in the stenciling. It's still very light. And a lot of that will just fade in anyway, so it'll be hard to see. Well, I hope you don't forget about our collaboration, me and Julie, doing one together. It's an open collage challenge. We start that on the 2nd of February. If you join in, you only need to do something once a month, and it's for Instagram and YouTube, and I believe Julie is going to set up a Facebook group as well. Now I'm using the small brayer to do these flowers with. I love this stencil, it's one of my favourites. We have the lovely Julie from Camellia Crafts Designs joining us for this challenge too, so I'm really stoked about that. I'm going to add some of these two light greens. There's a yellowy green and a limey green there. I want to get some of this green off onto that piece of paper so I can then use a piece of plastic to apply it to the painting in much the same way that you'd use an acrylic block with ink. I've dipped the plastic into the paint and now I'm applying it onto the page. It wasn't as splotchy as I hoped it would be, and I think I probably should have used an acrylic block in hindsight, but this was right in front of me. I didn't have to go out and look for it. I should have left it like this, but after I've finished tapping it on with my fingers, I get the brayer and spread it out. And unfortunately, it lost some of its impact, I thought. And here I am using the brayer to spread it around. See what I mean? It's not as vibrant as it was before. It's still okay, but it just lost its oomph. And thank goodness this is the end of the voiceover. Okay, I'm going to put some splatters on this now. I thought of the red. I'm just going to test it on something before I do in case it's not the right red. I know that'll be alright. And guess what? I didn't turn my microphone on, so you missed out on the joy of half an hour of me rambling. I'll have to do a voiceover. I'm going to go back into this nice limey green. Lovely and yellow and bright. I must show you something in a minute too. See this? I put some paper clips into this plastic container and then tipped alcohol ink over the top of them to colour them. And I also coloured the dish, the plastic container, and left that pattern on the bottom. That looks neat, eh? Love it. I love accidental things like that. It probably would have worked too on a piece of acetate or vellum. You would have got the same effect. Okay, do I want any more splatters? I don't know. Something I do want to do is put a little border around this, just because I can. Oh, that's purple. Okay, didn't realise that was purple. Bob Ross would be proud of me. All my happy accidents. Some of them aren't happy. Most of them, especially if I'm doing this sort of stuff, it's all a happy accident. I need to work out a way of getting this stuff on the page. I wanted to get a bit of this in. The pine cones. Put some of that Distress Oxide there and add some water, because there's no gesso on that part. See what happens. Let's see what's happening. Just let the water run around. Something is happening, but it's not what I expected. Maybe all the magic happens when it dries. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay, I think that is changing colour. Is it? There's something happening there. Oh, I can see something's happening down here. I'll just lift that up so you guys can see it. Can you see the colour change down the bottom here? It might not be showing up, but I can see it. So if you're using this, you just wipe it on a bit like this if you were buttering bread. But you have to be careful with these stencils. Some of them have got some fairly narrow little bits on them that if you're a little bit heavy-handed, as I have a tendency to be, you can lift them up. Okay, so I've made a little bit of a mess there, but I'm pretty happy with those ones there and that one. So that's going to have to dry. Just wipe whatever's left on the brush, on the palette knife over there. That'll do. You can be a little bit more robust with this stencil. It's stronger. It's got the skinny little bits. Okay. Nice. All right. So while that's all drying, oh yeah, you can definitely see a difference in this now. Look at it. Where are we? I don't know where I'm going to stick them in, but somewhere in there. I'll paint this one. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. So if you're enjoying this video, give me a thumbs up. I love to read the comments. So let me know in the comments what you think. Are you going to join in with Julie and our collage challenge open collaboration? That should be fun. And it's only once a month, so it's no pressure to be making videos all the time or producing Instagram posts. So that's what I like about it. Gives you time to do other things. So I'm still looking at this composition. Well, I better dry this modelling paste before I wreck it. Just do that now. Oh, I found my pineapple. I feel so much better now. And guess what? I've changed my mind again. Okay, I'm going to tear out the pineapple. Where I live on the Sunshine Coast, there's an entertainment venue called the Big Pineapple. We have concerts and festivals there. But back in the day, back in the 80s, it used to be like they had animals and a little train and a bird show and that sort of thing. And I can remember going there when my son Wade, who's now 38. He was only a little fella, and he had a little cotton shirt on, button-up shirt. Cute as a button he was. And anyway, they had kangaroos hopping about, and this darn kangaroo, a wallaby it was actually, has hopped up to behind him and just sort of attacked him. Scratched his back, something shocking, right through his shirt and everything. Oh, poor little fella was bawling his eyes out. He was only about 3 or 4. He was one of those kids that things used to happen to him. He was such a lovely little boy. Naughty. He could be really naughty. But, you know, like, I can remember his father, we took him up to this, you know, the 2 boys up to this games arcade, and he was playing that air hockey thing with his father, and he put his hand up on the edge of the playing surface just as his father hit the puck thing down the table, and it just smashed straight into the end of his hand. Yeah, that would have hurt. He was everything. Ended in tears. Anyway, he's grown up into a lovely man. He survived being my son. So the pineapple is going to go there with its rough end sticking out. So someone's going to get the rough end of the pineapple, so to speak. Getting back to this maroon flower again. Oh, God, I just can't make up my mind what to do with this. This must be agonising for you guys. I'm so sorry. I'll probably cut out a bit of this. Maybe here. I don't want it to take away from these proteas. I think I need to keep it over here on this side. And the sticks. Right. No, I'm not putting them on. I'm going to find something else. Okay, we're cooking with gas. I managed to find a fork and a spoon that have a palm tree on the handle, which goes with my Queenslander sign. So this is a very obscure reference to maroon. I did explain it in the beginning, but that would have been when I didn't have my microphone turned on. So Queenslander. So anyone who follows the state of origin would know what the significance of Queenslander and in relation to maroon. So we have a state football representative team called the Maroons, and every year in the rugby league there's a series of 3 games called the State of Origin, and there's a Queensland team, the Queenslanders, the Maroons, or commonly known as the Cane Toads. They play the New South Wales team, and it's like a really big rivalry, and there's a lot of bragging rights to the team that wins the most, you know, takes out the title each year. And Queenslander is a chant that they use at the football. So that's what this is all about. But then I have my other maroon thing, whoops, stuck to my finger, over there. So there's my Queenslander. I'm gonna stick the fork in first. Well, upside down. Drizzling with rain, it's really lovely. Not good for all the people that are having picnics and barbecues, because it's a really big day for picnics and barbecues today. I don't know what I've said while the microphone was on and what I didn't say, but today is Australia Day, which is our national holiday. It's a public holiday. So I'd forgotten that it was a public holiday today until I went out with the dog for a walk, and there's a little Australian flag stuck in the verge, grass on the verge. Someone did it last year too, but they were all the way down the street. There's hundreds of them. It lifted my spirits, actually. Made me feel good. So I'm only going to put this one on. Now I've got the big decision of where I'm going to put it. I think it needs a bit of colour over there, even though it is very dark. And I did want it to come off the page, but oh well, it is what it is. I'm going to slap that on there before I change my mind again. I'm not looking forward to having to do this voiceover. I hate doing voiceovers. They just sound so unnatural. The last thing that I want to do is, oh, it probably won't be the last thing that I do, but in my mind it is. Oh, do you want to go outside? Isn't the door open? Hmm? You want to go outside? Better let the dog out. Alright, opened the door and she just stood there looking at me like there was something wrong with me. Oh, that brush is no good for this. It's not big enough. That's better. I only want a really little bit of it. This probably doesn't show up on camera. It's like you've got to pick the page up and hold it to the light to see the shimmer. It's beautiful. Alrighty, that looks a bit white. And perhaps a little bit on here. And up on these honeycombs. I'm just going to dab that on, or tap it on I should say, and I won't spread it. If it spreads by itself, that's great. It actually looks like pineapple, doesn't it? Now that I've done that. And speaking of pineapple, I'm just going to go around the pineapple. Enhance that a little bit. While I'm at it, maybe the Queenslander. Why not? Just roughly. It's evolved several times. It's not what I started off with, but it has evolved into this. And I'm going to call that done, I think. No, I'm not. I need to doodle. I haven't doodled. So I'm going to use this Lumo colour. Lumo colour. Just to go around the edge of this thing. A little bit of a distinctive edge. Make it stand out a bit from the rest of the busyness in the background there. I can't believe I nearly forgot the doodle. I love to doodle. I might do a doodling video. Let me know if you want me to do one. No, that's waterproof, so that's not going to go anywhere. Okay, there's that. And I'm just going to doodle around the edge a little bit. smudge it. Okay, so if you like my videos and if you like this one, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. I'd like to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed and watched my videos and encouraged me to follow down the path that I'm taking this year with my artwork and my channel, because I was really only doing painting before, and now I've combined art together with journaling to be doing these things and these challenges that I've been doing, and I was lucky enough to get involved with one with Julie from Art and Junk Journal. I say it every time, Art and Junk Journals with Julie. So we're having a collaboration that starts on the 2nd of February. I hope everybody joins in. It's going to be fun. You don't have to post a video or an Instagram post unless you want to. It's entirely up to you. Just going to smudge that a little bit. No wonder my hands look like such a wreck. It's embarrassing. You go over to the shops, you put your hand out with your credit card and you got paint and goodness knows what else all over yourself. A little bit more doodling, I think. I might go in between these lines. Stay away from the outside of this. There's no butterflies apart from these little ones that I've just drawn on. I'm wondering if I should just go over that. It doesn't really stand out much, does it? I'll do that. I love watching everybody's videos to see what they've done, how they've created their planner page. And obviously I'm not doing a planner. So when this is finished, this is going to get torn out of this pad. Stick some holes down the side of it and I'll put it into the ring book that I made. It's January, just about finished, isn't it? Hard to believe. Alright, I think that we're just about... No, I need to put a butterfly on there. Do I? Or maybe I should stick that on there. I'm going to stick this. I don't believe I'm doing this, but yeah, I'm going to stick that right down there in the front. I should trim all those little bits off it, but I'm not going to. Just going to leave them on there, let them hang loose. So you're welcome to join my channel. I'd love it if you did, if you haven't already. If you are already subscribed, thank you from the bottom of my heart. What do you think? Is it too much? I sort of feel that needs a bit of lightening up. So I will, yeah, I'm liking that already. It's gonna dry clearer though. I know how to have them done and I have to do it before I finish. It's not finished unless there's splashes. Alrighty, time for splashing and splattering. They're not big enough. Come on, you can do better than that. Oh, that's better. Needs a bit of force. The only thing is, everything that's within a foot of the the desk has got splatters on it now. Maybe I will put some gold on there, but I'll use the coppery one instead, so they stand out a bit more. Oh, that didn't happen. Oh, be forceful. Slam it on there. Oh, I did it again. Tablecloth's getting nice and splattered. Probably not even showing on the screen. Just down the bottom here, I'm going to put a couple of strokes in here. Oh no, didn't want that to happen. Oh, get off there. Oh wow, that dried fast. Okay, well, didn't want that to happen. It has. And some of the lighter gold, I think. I wonder if this needs more doodling. You're probably thinking, no, stop. We've endured enough of it. Well, probably nobody has, because I doubt whether they would be still watching at this point. Who knows? Put chapters in the description box, and that way people can skip ahead to the bits they want to watch. Now I am getting a little bit carried away. I really need to stop and leave it. That'll do. Okay, so let's have a recap. Yeah, so something maroon. I've got my maroon flowers, my Queenslander, and a repeating pattern found in nature. Well, there's all the stencils, the patterns, that's the pattern in the flowers, the pineapple, the pine cones, the honeycomb, comb, I should say, an eating spoon or utensil. So I've got my fork and my spoon there with the palm trees on it. Something hung on a wall. What was that thing? Whatever it was. A bit like a dream catcher type of thing. The doodles, well, there's doodles on the page, and I've doodled with the around there, around those. I'm not using the typewriter text, which is the bonus. So that's it. Done. Let me just bring that up. See if I can show you without giving you vertigo. That's that corner. That's there. It looks so dark. I hope it's not like that after I've edited. But it's maroon. It's definitely maroon. Okay. Week 5 done. Alrighty, so that's week 5 taken care of. And I'm going to get prepared for my first video in our own challenge, which commences on the 2nd of February. So we want as many people to join in as can be. The more the merrier. So prompts will be in the video description box, and I really hope that you will have a go at it. So look after each other, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.